Welcome, Capricorn, to your weekly week ahead astrology forecast from Astrology Motivation by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. My name is Michelle, and what I will do in this video is go through all the major planetary aspects and transits that are going to most impact your natal sun. To do that, I'm going to break Capricorn down into 3 parts, 3 decans, which is a decan is a group of 10. So if you have your natal sun, if your natal sun is born between 10, if your natal sun is between 0 and 10 degrees Capricorn, you are Capricorn 1. If your natal sun falls between 10 and 20 degrees Capricorn, you are Capricorn 2. And if your natal sun falls between 20 and 30 degrees Capricorn, you are a Capricorn 3. How do you find out where your natal sun is? That's a very good question. You can get a free natal chart in many, many different places. Honestly, just Google it, and they will tell you exactly where your natal sun, what degree your natal sun falls on. If you are a Capricorn, then you were born in Capricorn season, so it falls on 0 to 30 degrees Capricorn, somewhere between there. It's a distinct difference if you're born in the beginning, especially 5 degrees of Capricorn, versus if you're born at the end, last, say, 5 degrees of Capricorn. It's really the difference between whether or not your relationship to another planet or another asteroid is a sextile or a square or a trine. And those are very, very dynamically different aspects. So it is important to know, because general astrology week aheads don't break it down this way. So it could very much not be impacting you the way that they say it is. So this is a much more accurate way to do things. Follow along with me. We're going to start with what is going to impact all of you, which is the placement of Saturn. Saturn is now in Pisces, basically for the next 2.8 years. It is less comfortable in Pisces for certain, but it is dynamically different than it has been for the past 6 years, because for the past 6 years it has been in its domicile. It's been its domicile of Capricorn, and then it went into its domicile of Aquarius, because it is the traditional ruler of Aquarius. And though it doesn't behave the same, it does behave with comfort and familiarity. Pisces is like Saturn going into a completely different world, completely different land, completely different universe, because it doesn't abide by any kind of rules, laws, or regulations. Pisces is absolutely no rules, laws, or regulations. It is the infinitely possible. That is what Pisces is. So now you have the master of rules, discipline, and upkeeping those rules and discipline in the maker of boundaries, the creator of regulations in Pisces, where there's no rules and no regulations. But I tell you, and I've told you this before, I think it can work out actually beautifully for all of you, because now there's an open broadening to everything that you are, but simultaneously it's like, how do I apply my natural gifts, which is to be able to apply rules, standards, maturity to everything, to the anything can happen, right? To the infinitely new, because it hasn't been done before. It can be very beautiful energy. But how are you being impacted this week? Saturn is still at 0 degrees Pisces, so it's at the very, very, very beginning of Pisces. And that means that it is going to be sextile, to those of you who are born Cap 1, so between 0 and 10 degrees Capricorn. This usually equates to Capricorns who were born in December, so between December 22nd and December 22nd and January 1st is usually in and around where that falls. It does depend on the year, so definitely check your chart, but it's usually you guys, December Capricorns. It'll be sextile to Saturn, and anytime your natal sun is sextile to Saturn, this is a highly, highly productive time for you, where you can get a lot done, where you're maturing, you like it, and you're very efficient about anything you set your mind to, really, especially creating new things, since Saturn is in Pisces. So what I would say to you guys is take advantage of this, because your natal suns will be sextile to Saturn, which is your natural ruler, for the next year, basically through February of next year. So definitely take advantage of the extra opportunities and productivity, career opportunities, as well as becoming more of an authority figure in your own life and the life of others. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it, because it is actually one of the most productive and efficient relationships there is. So it's kind of a blessing for the next year. Saturn is going to be trine to Mars this week. I think it's been trine to Mars last week too. So that also speaks to proficiency, efficiency, getting things done, being able to articulate exactly what you want done, being able to put things into process, taking action, being able to take action, having things be kind of like feeling comfortable with the way things have to be done. So that's kind of a blessing to you guys too. Let's go into the specifics. Capricorn 1, like I said, you guys, your natal suns are going to be sextile to Saturn, especially those of you born at the very, very beginning of Capricorn season. So probably between December 22nd and December 25th or 6th. You guys are really, really, really kind of tight there, and you have that tight sextile, especially for the next 7 months. So I would say you guys especially are really proficient and really capable right now of taking advantage of that sextile to Saturn. Your natal suns are also square to the Sun, Moon, Mercury conjunction, and that starts in Neptune. So that's really kind of loose when it starts in the beginning of this week, but by Sunday, Mercury will move into Aries. By Monday, the Sun moves into Aries, and by Tuesday, the Moon moves into Aries, creating a new moon. So you guys will be square to the new moon, and the new moon is all about letting new things in, opening yourself up to new possibilities. If there's challenges with that, it's probably because there's a lot you are stuck to, a lot you are hooked on, a lot of obligations that maybe you don't want to let go or release, or there's still stuff built up from the last moon cycle that you haven't really understood enough to feel like you can let it go. So those things do still need to be addressed. It will definitely impact you. All new moons do. But there is a sense of tension on that day. And like I said, that would be March 21st. FYI, it's this coming Tuesday. In general, the square to the Mercury, Sun, Neptune conjunction, that actually starts to break up after Sunday, because Mercury is too far away from Neptune at that point to really be in conjunction to it. Though the Sun is still in conjunction to it, the dynamic to that is different than the new moon, because Neptune is involved. And Neptune is very dreamy, very creative, very spiritual, and very much unstructured. So if you're feeling unstructured and distracted, or you're feeling like things aren't clear, that's because of that square, and that will definitely start to clear up. Certainly by the end of the week, this will clear up, because by the end of the week, your natal suns will still be square to the current Sun and current Mercury conjunction, but they'll be in Aries, which has a different impact. So at that point, after midweek, I think you guys will be more, it'll be more a challenge of stubbornness, to be honest with you, when you're dealing with Aries energy, or getting things done quick enough. It's almost like you go from things aren't certain, they're not sure, to everything is now rushed, right? Okay, well, now I gave you the paperwork, get this done in 3 days. And it's like, whoa. And you'll definitely have to, A, not take it personally, and B, really take charge and command of the schedule of things and the timing of things, which, you guys are also very excellent at doing, taking charge of the timing of things. Because if somebody's not giving you any kind of answers, and then all of a sudden they do, and they want an immediate response, you just say, I appreciate that you finally got all this information to me to do you justice and myself justice. I'm going to take my time with this, maybe even give them a timeline toward, maybe in a couple of weeks, whatever works for you. And then Your natal suns are also, Cap 1, trying to Venus, which is conjunct the North Node, or she will be. Venus, it drops into Taurus, her home castle. She drops into Taurus on Thursday. So really it is by tomorrow she will be in Taurus. And especially for those of you who are born really, really early on in the season, like I said, December 22nd through the 26th, 27th, around there. You guys especially will feel this happiness and a sense of relaxation around being valued, what you value, certainty of your value, and a sense of sometimes romance, right? Sun trine Venus is definitely romantic energy. It's definitely feeling good about your relationship, feeling tranquil in it, or feeling content with compliments that people give you, or attractiveness, feeling good about the way that you look, or your appeal, or your general aesthetic value overall, feeling good about your home, or knowing exactly what you need to do to make the aesthetic what you want, and just really good for your overall finances as well, a sense of really having a grapple on them, really feeling good about them, like they're content and there's nothing really rocking the boat. So that's a really nice energy through the end of this week. But Venus is also conjunct the North Node. So it's not just Venus that you're getting, it's Venus conjunct the North Node. So it's almost like when it comes to the North Node, she's conjunct the North Node, there's a sense of value expanding. There's a sense of value changing. There's a sense of value that is that had been more difficult for you to deal with or accommodate in the past, that now is becoming more easy for you to accept. Let's put it that way. Let's move on to Capricorn 2s. Capricorn 2s, and remember Capricorn 1s, I might not be done with you yet. Just 1 second. But Capricorn 2s, your moon, today the moon is conjunct your natal sun. It just is. It is conjunct your natal sun. It will eventually conjunct Capricorn 3s. But when the moon conjuncts your sun, there is a sense of wholeness and completeness and certainty about the self. And that'll be today into tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Your natal suns are going to be trine to Uranus, and you are the only ones that are experiencing this, and that's a blessing, because that means that the surprises that come up, the changes, the switches, even a sense of rebellion in your own life, it's like you desire it. You not desire it, but you're comfortable with it. You're comfortable with the differences. You're comfortable with the surprises. You're comfortable with maybe things that are odd to you that you haven't been comfortable with for a while. Now this aspect has been going on for a while, because Uranus hasn't moved much, and it'll be going on for quite some more time. I don't think Uranus will really move from mid-Taurus for I think even just the next few months. So you can enjoy this kind of oddity about yourself, a sense of feeling interested in it and being intrigued, and even in some ways enjoying the challenge, and in some ways like welcoming the contradictions. This could also be harmony between you also and your ancestors, your grandparents especially, a sense of recognizing them and bonding with them, or a sense of, if they're passed away, recognizing their legacy and how maybe you can grow and expand upon it, or harmonizing with them. It's almost like starting to see how maybe your parents changed things too much, so the change is going back to the old ways of being and finding more harmony with that. It would be interesting. Leave your comments below, because I definitely want to know how it's impacting you. Capricorn 3s. Your natal suns are conjunct Pluto, and they have been, and that means that you guys are experiencing, and have been for a couple years now, dynamic changes in your life. In fact, it's probably cooled down a little since Pluto is about to enter Aquarius. Not that that'll break the conjunction, especially for those of you born at the very end of Capricorn season. So that would be like the Capricorn Aquarius cuspers. But honestly, it will change. It will dynamically change. For right now, Pluto is firmly planted at at 29 degrees Capricorn. So it is conjunct those of you, especially anybody up to that's born 24 degrees Capricorn. Their sun is at 24 degrees Capricorn. Any of you guys especially will be conjunct to Pluto. Between 24 and 30 degrees Capricorn, you guys will be especially strong in that conjunction. You are also, because Pluto is square the north nodes, you guys are square the north nodes. And when your natal sun is square the nodes, there are dynamic changes that are happening inside of who you are, especially in terms of when you're conjunct Pluto, really not wanting to take any more crap and not wanting to wait around for things to change by themselves, and really it becoming very clear to you where you've settled into your comfort zones and where you have to get to work in terms of where you're headed. It's not so much you're having problems with the past as it is you're having problems with making that transition into doing things differently, or challenges and getting out of your comfort zone. So be aware that that will be happening for some time for you guys, until May especially, FYI. No, even through May, because May they transit into Libra and Aries. But then honestly it becomes more hold on. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I apologize. I just want to make sure when it's going to be. I'm very dyslexic, so I get things screwed up in my mind. So I'm trying to think, because the nodes actually move opposite. So it'll actually stay with you for quite some time. This sense of feeling stuck between two versions of yourself, stuck between your past and your present, stuck because you have to make changes and you have to get more comfortable with getting outside of your comfort zone. So it's almost like, in a sense, these challenges are created to push you outside of your comfort zone. So there actually is a lot of good that can be learned and earned from that, but you will have to face down the challenges since it is a square. It's kind of like that check-in point of turning that corner and like letting go, like learning how to assimilate what you know you're good at, what you're sure of, with who you're becoming and where you're headed. And then we have a sextile for you guys to the Sun, Mercury, Neptune conjunction. And that means expansion, growth, and opportunity when it comes to creativity, creative forces, especially music and art. If all of a sudden you feel yourself just kind of overtaken with much more artistic ability or interest in art or interest in things that are more subjective and creative, it is because that is where your opportunities lie right now. Definitely take advantage of it. If all of a sudden you guys feel like you are more poetic or more musical, or suddenly all of a sudden more certain of who you are in terms of your divinity and your faith, your connections, or connections to the ocean of sorts, this would be because of the sextile right now. And then on Sunday, when the sun, and then on Sunday, when Mercury moves into Aries, and then the sun follows on Monday, and you'll still have this sextile, but it will be dynamically different because the sun and Mercury and Aries are now much more, I want to take action, I know exactly what to do. So there's a sense of, in the beginning of this week, expect opportunities when it comes to, just write them down. Don't consider them distractions, write them down. These are wonderful creative inspiration, and then taking action on it. So I think that this is actually a time for you that new just ideas are going to be popping into your head. Listen to them, because it's kind of a conduit for getting things done, inspiring you to take chances and take these new opportunities. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please share below where your natal sun is, as well as if you know the sub-ruler of your decant. I would love to know. It's easy to find out. You just have to Google it. Please do check out your tarot card reading, your weekly tarot card reading from over on Born Without Boundaries. I hope to see you guys there. And if you love this content, give it a thumbs up, like it, let me know, show me your love. Show me your love. And then also subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you know when I upload your Capricorn content. It'll come out weekly on Wednesday, every single Wednesday, FYI. And if you want to join our daily astrology live chats, you definitely have to be a subscriber. I hope to see you guys there.